Immersive sim games have been some of my favorites. Deus Ex, Bioshock, System Shock, Thief, Dishonored, and Prey. These games allow the player to fully immerse themselves into the world of the game, and don't limit your potential for player choice in regards to selecting playstyle. One of my favorite aspects of immersive sim games is the world that is presented before them. How believable is that world? Could I see myself in this world? Am I able to see the mundane, the gritty, the squabbles, or the love and energy of that world? This is something I place on a great pedestal, as environmental storytelling is key when I explore a world. And Prey did something that surpassed my expectations when I first played it. It made a dead world feel alive. Prey takes place entirely on a space station. Your character's events follow an alien containment breach, and you act with an operator to destroy the station and the Typhon aliens wreaking havoc all about the station. You are limited in where you can go, but the world feels so fleshed out that by the time you've explored it, you believe that this was once a running facility. I go into the trauma center and see the names of those working at the time. You can find them all, not all of them how you would hope, nor where you would expect. Not once did I ever feel as if I was exploring a game. I was on an actual space station, making my way around as anyone else would. When you're in the crew quarters, you see the bunks of everyone because everyone has a name. There's a story behind them, even if it's small. What helps the world more than anything else is how it displays its personality. Most workers have computers, and you can see the jokes they tell to one another through their emails. They feel organic. This guy just wanted to mess around with his girlfriend in 0G. I find it ridiculous and hilarious. There's also a snowman made of the glue substance, and an email close by talking about the innovative changes they've made to it. To whomever gave Dear Mr. Gluey McGlueface Arms, aka First Shift, I bow to thee. At first I thought the jelly deal hat could not be topped. I stand corrected. Your triumphant creation of baseball glove hands cannot be equaled. Sincerely, the unworthy Second Shift. Not everything has to be silly though. Some of the workers have grievances and even deadly disputes, such as the one surrounding Josh Dalton. Now depending on how you explore, you may find the events in different orders, but while I was in the hardware labs looking at the computers, I saw Lane Carpenter as a phantom. On his workstation terminal, Lane expressed his concern regarding another worker named Josh Dalton harassing him about his invention. He forwards the email to the director of HR, Thomas Tucker. Enjoy your time at the top while it lasts, because it won't be long, the email reads. Dalton claims that he invented the black box and that Lane stole the idea. And for a while, this issue goes unresolved until you see another email thread in the guts stating that Josh Dalton is MIA. I'm curious to see where this leads, so I use the security terminal to locate his tracking bracelet, and I head off to find him. I found his lifeless body floating in the recesses of the guts, with a transcribe on him, and a Q-beam nearby.
Hello, Lane. Josh? What the hell is this? I got a security request saying to... It's not funny, asshole. You know what's not funny? Taking credit for my design. That's what this is about? I'm senior on the Black Box project, Josh. That's how it works here. If you weren't such a piss-poor team player, you'd understand that. Oh, and by the way, I had to fix a bunch of your calculations, so it's not you... Seriously? You're recording this? What, is this a big sting operation, Josh? You gonna hand me over to the DA? You're so pathetic. I'm done here. Josh, what are you doing? Let's just see how good my calculations are. I swear, you don't put that down, I will rip it out of your sweaty hands and... Josh!
He must have been fed up waiting. Not everything has to be a big story though. Is it necessary to know that my receptionist thinks I'm hot? So hot that he puts it in as a password? No, but it makes me feel better. Have you ever gotten a person's name mixed up when sending an email? This must have happened to poor Frank Jones. He was infatuated with Emanuela and wanted to warn her that the escape pods would not work if she tried to use them. Now, unfortunately for Frank, he sent the email to Emmanuel, sending another email shortly after, reassuring Emmanuel that it was just a prank. Funny enough, if you do go to the shuttle bay, none other than Frank Jones and Emanuela will be there trying to get away. You can kill them or free them.
We're stuck in the launch tube. The hatch on the outside is supposed to blow when the pod launch initiates, but I guess the bolts misfired. Could you help us out? You'd have to EVA to get the hatch off from the outside. I know it's a lot to ask. I don't know what else to do. sit here and starve, I guess.
Speaking of serious, let's get to probably the saddest story of them all. In crew quarters, you will come across this transcribed from Lawrence Baxter. He's talking to Elle Gold and their future date. The end result is nothing short of a heartbreaker.
You've got me really curious.
Are you ready for your instructions, my lady?
This better not get us into trouble. Not too much trouble, anyway.
First, you must journey to the tree where we carved our initials.
And what if I bump into Julian Howard?
Run like hell. Julian the ogre does not like people touching his trees, or his, fruit.
Probably be a lot less grumpy.
Anyway, beneath a stone you will find a magical key card. This key card will unlock everything your heart desires.
Oh, well, I don't need a key for that.
When I got there, I found Lawrence turned into a phantom. It's unfortunate to see what happened to Elle and Lawrence, but now they could be together forever. Because I shot the hell out of him! Did you see that? Now, I'm a bit of a loot fiend, so I kinda started picking up everything when I saw it. But this guy was such a romantic. He put down flowers and had a little eating area with comfortable mats and pillows. Like, damn! What a time. Lawrence and Elle weren't the only ones in love. My favorite couple of the game happened to be Abigail Foy, lead sanitation engineer, and Danielle Sho, head of IT. You'll find numerous audio logs detailing their relationship, strong in some and broken in others. It's part of the main story to find recordings of Danielle's voice, but they integrated so well into the story, and I wanted to know more. Even after getting all the necessary audio logs, I sought out the rest. They broke up at some point because of some issues Abby seemed to be having with Danielle, but it's clear that they still cared about one another. After the outbreak of the aliens, you can even find emails from Danielle to Abby worrying about where she is. We do find her, but to get to her we have to meet Will Mitchell. Now this is supposedly Will Mitchell, but when we go to his cabin, his face looks a little different. Sus. Our suspicions are correct, but the only way to progress is to trust him. Keen players will know this is not a good idea. But while in the freezer, we see what he did to Abigail. This doesn't just happen in one section of the game. Throughout the first half, Danielle is a prominent character, and her tough, no-nonsense attitude is great. Hearing her being in a relationship with a more timid and nerdy Abigail is fantastic.
All right, Elias has...
Stab fellow
has vanished into the darkness beyond the tower door. The only sign of him is his blood trail. But as you watch, the flagstones seem to drink in the blood, the cracks glistening red.
Oh, Jesus Christ on a stick, Abigail!
And the majority of their audio logs are just them relaxing and enjoying themselves. It's just a shame that we as the players were not able to make it there in time to help. At the end of the day, this is not a happy world, and yet it's not a sad world either. It's just a world to explore and fall in love with. A world in which we, as players, don't judge, only observe and appreciate. We cannot change the past, but we have to act how we believe and make changes for the future of the people left on this station. I only touched on a few of the many great examples of storytelling found in Prey. If you'd like to see it for yourself, I recommend this game to everyone because it did what few games could. It made a dead world feel alive. If you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate your view. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comment section. I'm always trying to improve these things and I had a lot of fun making it. See ya!